Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of X4, and today we're going to be discussing how to get your ship's crews level up so that you can do all the things that you want to be doing that I've been discussing in the series. Now there are a few ways you can do this. I'm going to show you the harder way of doing it and the now easier way of doing it now that we've got 3.0, and some of the things to keep an eye out to kind of get you on the way of where you want to be going. Now, as I mentioned in the past, if you want to be doing something successful, then first of all, I suggest you check out your property owned tab. So in the property owned tabs, you're going to have a lot of options to see what's going on. Now, at a glance, you can see what every ship's doing, and it's important to know this because if you're micromanaging your ships to try and get that little bit of extra XP for your crews, then this is a good way of looking at it. Straight away, you can see from the little blue icons that these are doing the things we set as the what to do if you're not doing anything. So if you remember, if we check out the courier and we check out his information, his behavior, basic behavior is mine resource. So we know that when he's not doing anything, he's on sector auto mine for default behavior to mine silicon. Mine resources. You can tell his health there with the white bar, and anybody with ships shields as well will have the blue bar above. Everything white is what we've told them to do. So I told my elite vanguard to take me to the next space station along, well, the next shipyard along, which is here for the Argon shipyard, ready for the next episode that I'll be covering, and also to pick up a few things as well. Now, before I get into too much detail, you'll note that I'm sat at 10.5 million credits. Now, I went to do another video and some of it didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped, so I scrapped the video. I wanted to redo it, which I've done now, which is what I'm doing now, should I say. But before I did that, I went away, got a shower, got some breakfast, came back down to sit down and do it. That is all I have done in the time difference, plus the hour that I would have done for the video, all the prep and stuff like that. That is it. She took you probably about 3 hours, and I'm sat now on 10.5 million credits. And I've not done anything that I haven't already shown you, barring moving a couple of ships around and the bottom Mercury Vanguard that you see there, which was originally going to be showing you some of the stuff that I was covering, has now moved sectors, so it's been looking around for some stuff. That's the only difference we've had. So you can see the amount of credits I'm earning here is quite easy. I've not had to do anything. I've not really travelled around. We've still not completed our first mission, and we're still rocking the credits. That does fluctuate, obviously. Our trades and stuff like that do make effect, and obviously how much we're selling our resources for. But you can see there that money is there to be made. Now, going back to this here, this gives you an insight as to what everything is that you're doing. If they're white, you set them to do something, you need to keep an eye on them. The blue ones, you don't need to tend to worry about unless they're stuck, which they'll tend to be. You'll notice them when they're stuck. They'll just be like saying waiting to dock. If they said that and you've gone off and then gone back again, it's still saying waiting to dock, there may be something wrong. But it does give us an idea of where our ships are. So we can see that this one here is something we've told it to do, and it's just waiting, fly and wait. So it's just sat there waiting. Now I sent him over here because I wanted to see what was in the sector around here, and I was going to send him up into here as well. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to ask him to come back to the station that I'm at, because I'm going to show you with him, I think it's a female captain actually, apologies. So she's going to come back and she's going to dock at the, where are we? Dock at the Argon shipyard. So she's going to make her way back here now, and then I'm going to go through with you how to change, hopefully how to change it so that that captain will be able to complete our distribute words. So if we want to look at it, we can see that if we go into our information section here, we can see that we're currently holding a regular crew skill of 1.5 stars, and our captain Taylor is just underneath the 2-star. So we're going to try and see if we can get her to 2 stars, or at least a captain to 2 stars, so that we can complete the distribute words, which is what we want. It's a 2-star operation for distribute words, which will then obviously help us get our XP for our auto trade, etc, etc. Now I have had a play around with some stuff, which is what I was talking about when I was prepping for the previous video. However, I did realise some things along the way that I missed when I first played it as well, which I've just picked up on now. So hopefully we can cover things that are going to help you to level up. So the first thing you can do to level up, which costs nothing apart from your original amount that you've spent on your ship, obviously bearing in mind if you've done this with the crew that I've suggested, where you max out your crew if you've been able to afford to. If you haven't been able to afford to, it still isn't going to be too much of a problem, because you're still going to have an option to do some bits and bobs and move a few people around. But the first thing you want to do is send your ships out there doing stuff. It doesn't matter what they're doing, whether they're doing trades, whether they're doing, you know, scouting missions for you. Just get them out there. Every moment they're doing something, they're earning some sort of XP for the piloting skills, and obviously to increase morale for their crews. So that's the first thing you can do to level up your crew. That's kind of just standard, that will constantly be going through. But there's another thing that they've introduced in 3.0, which we're going to be looking at today, which will hopefully allow us to kind of speed things up a little bit. So if you go to a trader, which is this little area here, now to go to a trader, you just go to any turbo lifting station, hit it, go to trader's corner there, it'll bring you to here. Or you can walk up these little ramps here, these will bring you up for where your ships are. We might be able to spot our ship somewhere around here. Is he on over? He might be over on 1, I think. Unless this is the large platform. I thought we're somewhere. We're hiding somewhere. Well, we are around here somewhere, so hopefully it's not been stolen. So you want to be talking to the trader here. You can tell he's a trader because he's got this little icon above. So we can talk to him by pressing the F. And we can ask him to find stuff if we want to. We can just say goodbye. But what we want to do is show me your wares. Now since 3.0 they've added the seminars back in. So these seminars here give you the ability to train your captains without having to wait for the production of the XP as they've been doing. Kind of boosts it up a little bit. The basic seminars here, it gives you a description. The description is basically talking about what a seminar would actually be if it was real. For us it means that a basic captain, which is not 1 star, so anything up to 1 star can be given the seminar in management. Not just a captain, any crew member or anything like that are holding a management position can then gain the seminar. You cannot do it to somebody who's a crew member, so they have to be either the captain or the manager, and you can use the seminars. You got the same for the pilot and management. And then we want the seminar for 1 star crew. There's only 1 of each, but we have 1 of each already in our inventories because I've obviously set up for the previous episode that I was going to do. Now as you can see, it is not much money at all. 1,171 credits. You should be able to easily pay that on any kind of setup whatsoever. Easy enough. So we've purchased our seminars, so we'll move on back over here for a nice ambient music area. It's a little too loud, so we'll go in here. Okay, so now that we've got our basic seminars, we need to have a look at actually getting our captains up there. Now, what we can try and do is we can get our captain, wherever she may be. PS Mists. You can double click if you want to head on to him. But we just want the information. And then we have this here, and this gives us our crew. We've got our captain there. We can right click our captain, and we have com. Okay, now she's actually a 2-star pilot. Sir. Has she just become a 2-star pilot? Okay, no, she's not. So I'm gonna presume she's 2-star in piloting, and the morale's slightly lower. So in this instance, we're not going to be able to give her the seminar that we want to boost her above that. But the morale usually picks up quite quickly. What we can look at is these here. That's a 2-star morale right there. That there has a 1-star pilot. Actually, it's just under 1 star. There's a possibility we may be able to get them to actually be high enough level. But as you can see, there's no option to give her the piloting seminar. So obviously we want her to work somewhere else for us. But at the moment, she's on that ship. So we can't really get her to do anything other than going to another ship. Or another section of this ship whilst it's in motion. There's nothing we can do until she comes back, which is why I've sent them back to our location here without spinning the map. If you do want to spin the map and bring it up and down and stuff like that, for me it's the right mouse button, unless you've mapped it differently. That's new. The X and the Z axis, never noticed that, and obviously your left click is to move it around. And you know this stuff like this. I want to mention it now because obviously some of you have asked me to mention things that I do during. Now, we want to have a look. This here is looking for some trade. It's been a bit quiet for this Vanguard, Mercury Vanguard here. So what we can look at is we can actually have a look at our crew that we've got on this ship. So these are all service crew, they're all apprentices, so they're all not going to be high enough level really for what we want. That again has just under a 2-star morale. The pilot has got 2 stars in piloting and morale. But what we can do is we can use this ship. No, I don't want you to let deployable, I want you to dock. We can use this ship to move our captain over to that ship and employ our other pilot, our service crew, to then become captain of this ship, and hopefully increase her stars enough to get her over a 2-star. Now we may not have enough to get them there, but it's worth a shot. What we can do is we can have a look at some of the other crews to see if any of them are also 2 stars or above, who may be just a little bit closer to that. So we'll just have a quick glance now. So we'll have a look at our career here. Brings it up for us. So let's have a look at what we've got. Morale is 0. No use to us. Piloting 2 stars. Management 2 stars. Morale is 1.5 stars. No good for us. Again, morale is 1 star. Piloting is just under 1 star. No good for us. Our drill mineral. Now we have 2 stars almost in morale, but only half a star in piloting. They're just as close as our current captain, so we may get close to doing that with them. Again, just under short for 2 stars. Just under short for 2 stars. Just under short for 2 stars. You can see what they level up, which is why I say getting all these crews is a good thing, because as a service crew, they level up engineering and morale. As a captain, they level up morale and piloting. As a manager, they have morale and management. And again, as a marine, they'll have morale and boarding. So if you want to boost this character up, they're under 2 stars here. But the likelihood is if we actually put piloting on them, they may boost enough for us to use it. But I don't think, if we have a look here, when we go to behavior, this is based off the average person's primary and secondary skills. Their primary and secondary skill for us is piloting and morale. And obviously morale is a secondary skill for all roles, as it says there. Increase and decrease skill average and influences fighting spirit. And obviously the primary skill is piloting. So our morale is being boosted on every character, on every ship, as they're going about their daily business, which is why I say try and get as many as possible, because I can guarantee you once you've got to a stage where you've got a few ships going, these here will have filled up their morale to 2.5 stars possibly, which means that you can have a pilot at 1 star, 1.5 stars, and they will be boosted up to the 2-star requirement you need to be able to do the smaller stuff. And obviously that will escalate to a further level. Okay, that sounds like our ship's coming in. Now, we've had a look at a couple of options to level up your crew. The other thing you can do is if you head into a space station and you go to the docking areas, there's a couple of docking areas here. You want to then start wandering around. Obviously you can do it from the trade counter where I'm at. And what you want to do is you want to be looking around and you'll see, I want to go on this side because it's going to be awkward. Not annoying flying around. Something doesn't like something. If you wander around here, you have these crews here like this.
Hello.
That's an annoying little ship. So they'll give you the star ratings. Obviously, he's doing engineering because he's a crewman, so his engineering morale are at 0. No use to us. Head over to you. 2-star engineering, 2-star morale, 2-star piloting.
Hello there.
I'm going to hire you for 350,000 credits. No workplace selected. So what we can do is once this ship actually docks in, which is about to dock in now, we can assign her to the ship that we want. Because she's a higher tier, she will automatically become a captain. So straight away we've just resolved our issues just by having a look around at the station we're at. So how somebody commented about being stuck in a map, it's not always necessarily the case where you're just sat in the map doing nothing. You can get out and about, have a look around, and sometimes you find something better than what you've got.
Hello there.
So, our ship is now docked, and as you can see, she's good at being a captain, 2-star, and a service crew, 2-star. Our ship's been docked, so we will dock you into that as HDX, that's the correct one. Service crew, higher.
Thank you. I'll do my best to justify your faith in me.
Thank you very much. So they've now popped onto our ship. Let's take HDX. And as you can see, Taylor Denon is still the captain. We want to go to our crew. And this here is now available. Replace captain with best crew member. Because it knows there is a better crew member, which is the R-able crew member. But we already know that she's got a 2-star piloting and the other one doesn't. He's actually a 2-star morale as well. So what I'll do is can we place you as captain? Okay, no, we won't replace him as captain, but what we can do is we can send him, work somewhere else for me. We can send him here, like so. Select. You can put him as a service crew. If he's better than the other captain, you can promote him to a captain, and then you can increase his skill with the seminars. I'm not going to do that though, because this ship's about to distribute wares, so he can level up on here just fine. And then I can place him on another ship. The better option is to get ships that you've just freshly gotten. The ones with the low tier characters. When I do that, I'm going to show you again with that character there. So the Breen and Marvel, we'll use them there to increase another ship's captain skills. Unless we get one better already. But just remember that is how you do it. And you've just seen roughly how that works from here. We're going to get Lexa Moyle, become a captain. You don't have to click a name. Replace captain with best crew member. And welcome back everybody, and after a minor technical difficulty, unfortunately we couldn't get the person who we originally had, because for some reason when I went to click on replace captain with the best crew member, my Steam decided to crash and it crashed the whole game underneath it. So we've sent Inez Brano into our little slot, and we're hoping he's going to replace our captain.
Hello?
Which
Hello.
he doesn't seem to be doing. And what that should do is it should make Hanan's captain. But for some reason it's not. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our Taylor here. We're going to com her.
Can I help?
And we're going to fire her. You don't really want to do this because obviously she's still a decent captain, but for some reason she's locking herself into that. I mean, she's still locking herself into it. Okay, that's definitely something wrong because that should have replaced the captain now. She should have been fired and long gone by now, but for some reason she's not firing, so I'm going to have to work out why that is the case. But yes, that would have normally worked. I may have to contact the devs regarding that because for some reason it isn't working for us, but it's worked on every other ship available, so Not quite sure what's going on there. There's still plenty of available crew capacity. Let's just see if we can empty the queue of... We've got no orders. Order queued. No orders actually queued for you. Let's just see if we can...
Can I help?
Oh, yeah. Boom. Did that work? Nope. Still didn't work. So you can at least see what you should be doing. And it does work for most ships. For some reason that ship seems to be an exception to the rule. But that is how you would go about improving your commander. By obviously finding a better one. By using the seminars. By... you know, sending it out on random missions and stuff like that. They're all ways you're going to upgrade the XP of your crew. I know a lot of you have been asking, how do you do it? Let's see if we can... see, you're higher level already. The courier's on your small ship. We don't want to upgrade you. You're also on 2 stars already. So we haven't got another ship that's under the 2 star. I guess we could do this for this. You're...
Hello there.
Secondary skills quite boosted up. What do you get for 2 stars? Let's have a gander, shall we? See if it's worthwhile. I don't think it's going to be worthwhile. Because advanced auto mine is 3 stars. But I will show you what it's like just to complete a seminar. So if we go here, go to comms.
Can I help?
You give pilot seminar. She's just got the pilot seminar now. So if we have a look at the piloting, you see the piloting has now gone up. Obviously, that's what you would do if you wanted to boost your XP on certain characters. Now, I'm going to contact the dev regarding our current situation as to why it's not removing that captain. It should do, and that's how you would replace it with a better captain. The option is there because there are better crew members. As you can see, if there is not a better crew member, the marker is grayed out. You'll notice that if you have a look back at the videos that I've been doing, that when the captain is the best one in the position, that is grayed out. If there's one available that is better than the captain, then obviously, as you can see on this ship here, it's available. But for some reason, it's not allowing it to go through. So we'll find out why that is. I will contact the devs and see if that is an issue or whether it's something that we've missed. But that is how you would do it. Hopefully that helps you to kind of understand XPing, like the issue with getting XP and stuff like that for your crew. And hopefully it'll help you be able to obviously set your ships to do the advanced stuff, the auto stuff. Because obviously the more that things are automated, the easier it's going to be for you when you're trying to do stuff like stations. Now, next episode we're going to move on to the stations, which is why we're already at the next, the bigger shipyard. So rather than being at the wharf, which is small and medium ships, we're at the shipyard, which is large and extra large ships. The actual ships themselves are not what we're after. It's this little icon here, the little orange icon. What that represents is there is a representative of the Argon Federation here that we need to speak to gain some stuff for our production of our stations. Stations is where you're going to make the most of your money, but it's also going to cost you a lot as well. So it's a bit of an investment, but at the end of the day, it's going to bring you more money. So hopefully that's going to be something you'll be interested in. I have promised you that I'm going to be concentrating on fleet stuff as well. We will look at producing a full-fledged fleet with support ships, a carrier, and we will go to war. So we will probably target the Xenon, because obviously they're already an enemy of our faction. We want to try and keep the rest of them friendly at the moment, because I'm going to show you a way to get more styles of ships, different styles of ships, and also the option to be able to build them at a later stage as well. We're currently not at the kind of money to be able to build them. It's about 200 million for the blueprints to get a large ship facility, plus everything else you need to go around with it as well. It's a lot of money, but we'll get there. That's where most of my money is going to be invested in, is building up the space station and building up the fleet. So hopefully that's going to give everybody something that they want to see. And again, I'll reiterate, this guide is for those of you who aren't necessarily trying to look at maximizing your potential. This is so you can understand how you can find the information out for yourself, to then have a look at how deep you want to go into the game and maximize or minimize as much as you want. This isn't about getting them perfect numbers, because if I taught you how to do something perfectly, then you've got nothing to play the game for. I'm doing it for you. So that's the reason why I'm not going through how to really utilize everything to the finest detail to earn yourself as much credits as possible. If you're following this, hopefully you're at the stage where I am. I know some of you have commented and I've got back to you all separately about things and issues that I may have overlooked. If there's anything at all I have overlooked, please make sure you comment in the comment section. Or if you'd like to, make sure you hit the Discord link that I have for my Discord. I have my collab Discord. That's probably not the better one for this, but if you want to join my Discord, there's absolutely no cost whatsoever to joining it. You know, I don't charge you Patreon fees or anything like that to ask for information. Get in there, comment, you know, ping me, let me know that you're about and that you want to know some information. I will give you any information whatsoever. I'm not an expert on this game, but I've had enough hours in it to kind of get myself by. I've had fully fledged space stations in all of the systems that have been available. I've gone to war with the Xenon. I've had them back in their own system, so hopefully I can help you with some of your stuff that you may need. But again, I will reiterate, I'm not a professional, and I'm not trying to get you to really fine-tune your gameplay. Your gameplay is your style. It's your game to play. It's your way to take on a journey and find that information you need to find to be able to maximize your profits.
Hello there.
You know, it's one of them, you know, that's a part of the game, you know, to learn how to make the millions of credits. I'm going to give you enough so you can get by, so you can do all the things you want to do. If you want to build a ship that's going to be just for, you know, fighting capabilities and you don't want to get involved in all this, then 10 million credits nearly. Easy get a ship. That you'll get a fully fledged small and medium ship for that kind of credits, and you can go out and shoot everything you want. You can even get a couple of wingmen as well. You know, so please let me know in the comment section what you're thinking. If you've got any questions, comments, any suggestions, anything like that, please keep them going. I appreciate each and every one of you for commenting, liking, subscribing. If you are enjoying the content, please do hit that like button, subscribe, and if possible, share it as well. But until next time, everybody, take care for now, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye bye for now.